Hi guys, so I thought I would just do a little face over the day. Got my hair in rollers today, as you can see. It's getting a little bit longer now, so I'm just putting it up in curlers just to see how it goes now. And I thought I would just have a little gossip about what's going on. So, here we go. So for my primer, I'm just using the Clarins Beauty Flash Balm. I love this stuff as a primer. You can always put an SPF underneath it because I don't think it has SPF in it, so you can just put it underneath. So I just put some of this on my face. So school's been really good. We've got about 2 months to go, so that's exciting, and it's all just practice now. We don't have any more demos on how to do certain looks, or we've learnt our techniques and things of that nature. But oh my god, here's a bit of gossip that's going on. If you hear my son, he's just in the background there. Okay, so our class has a Facebook page. So the lecturers are on there, and obviously students and whoever else other students have invited to be on the page. But yeah, we've got this Facebook page. And I'm sorry, this is a bit hard, isn't it? I want to say all this stuff, but then I also want to mention the products that I'm using. I'm using the Super Stay Concealer, the 24-hour one in Ivory by Maybelline. Here we go. So yeah, we've got this Facebook page, as I've said like 50,000 times already. And you can go on there and talk about whatever it is we need to talk about for the class or something like that. But the difference this semester to last semester is our lecturers have sort of changed. So this semester we have, I guess, a more qualified makeup artist teaching us. She's very active in the field at the moment. She works with opera and things of that nature. She's obviously well known, and she's great. I think it's a great thing that we've got her. And before I start, there was one thing. The first night we had her, I actually remember her saying to us, "I apologise if I come across too blunt. I don't mean to be. It's just how she is." And I didn't find her to be blunt or rude or anything like that. But apparently some of the other girls did. So what did they decide to do? They decided to go onto the Facebook page and have a little bitch about it, and actually called one of them a twat. Our main lecturer a twat. And I thought that was really rude. Now I keep out of this stuff. I don't, I'm not a keyboard warrior. I don't go in there and talking big or whatever. I just don't do that. But I had my first case of keyboard warriors. So after she had basically said that this chick is a twat, and they're always complaining that they felt like they were being treated like children, and it's just like, well, we are in a school environment. It's it is still a school environment. We're adults, but you know what I mean. I'm just going to take this Nude by Nature brush that I got recently trying. It's a concealer brush. So I'm just going to use that to buffer out my concealer. So yeah, they went on to the... That's Jack. He likes to talk now when I'm talking on the computer. So yeah, they went on there and said all that stuff, and then I just piped up, and I'm a big believer is if you've got something to say to somebody, say it to their face. Because I know I always do. Gets me in trouble, but I do. So I basically said to them, why don't you grow up, and if you're going to say something like that, say it to their face. And then I called her a dickhead. I said, stop being a dickhead. Which is an Aussie thing to do anyway. Like I say to lots of people, stop it, like, don't be a dickhead, like, just one of those things. Yeah. Well, she took offence to that. She did not like me calling her a dickhead. And I'm not going to go into all the details of every conversation that was made, but it was pretty much her saying to me, oh, if I see you Tuesday night, I'm going to have something to say to you, sort of thing, and rah, 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 and I'm just like, see you tomorrow night. See you tomorrow night. Anyway, long story short, they didn't turn up Tuesday night to the TAFE class. They also informed the TAFE and told them that I threatened them and I was going to beat them up, even though they had actually threatened me to begin with. I just said, well, bring it. If you've got something to say to me, say it. I'm not scared of you. And they dropped out of the class. So that was the dramas of last week's TAFE. That's what's been going on. Just a whole lot of nonsense. It's just ridiculous. So yeah. Okay, so for my fat, now that I've just done that, I just highlighted down my nose, under my eyes, because I've got some bags. I'm using the Rimmel Wake Me Up foundation. I showed this just before. It's got SPF 15 in it, and my colour is soft beige, which is 200. So I just take one pump of this on the back of my hand, and then I take my MPP 100 airbrush. This is by Models Prefer. It's not going to show up, and I'm not going to tip my hand because I've got the foundation, but I've showed this one before. I recently purchased this one. It was in a haul video, and it's not the same. This is the first one that I had bought, and it's completely different. Like the hairs are different. It's firm. It's a great little brush. I love it. So I just dab it on there. I just dab on that cheek. I dab a bit more. I dab on that cheek, forehead, down the nose, all over the place. And then I just buff it into my skin. So yeah, that was the dramas for my TAFE, but everything's going really good. We're doing the photography stuff now, so it's all like glamour and like your smoky eye, your bold lip, you know, that sort of look. I always take it down my neck. I don't ever like there to be lines. I know some people don't take it this far down, but I always do. I just figure, you know, it's going to blend into my skin. This side. I always do it over my ears, as you can see, because there's nothing worse than seeing a foundation line that ends right there. Still makes me laugh seeing stuff like that. So we are getting into the warmer weather now. We're in spring. And today's going to be a warm one. Yesterday was about 27 degrees, which was beautiful. Today's going to be about 30, so loving it. I always thought I was more into the winter weather, but nah, now I'm just like, oh, I can't wait for summer. I'm just, oh, I love it. Yeah. Okay, so what else has been going on? Oh, I'm going to talk about my diet too. Okay, so that's my foundation done. The lighting is terrible. I'll take a photo afterwards. I'm in front of my window, but I have to put my light on, otherwise it's just too dark. So my face looks really, really washed out, but you get the idea anyway. Okay, then I'm going to move into some eyeshadow. I have been wearing eyeshadow lately just because I want to get in the habit of applying it and things of that nature, so I just do it on myself. I'm taking my NYX But Naked Eyes palette. I don't want to lift it up too much because Jack smashed the bottom bit. I don't know if you can see. Can you see this one right here? It's very yeah, you can see that it's all broken, but, and I think up the top as well. There you go. You can see the full extent of it there. It's just a mess. So I don't tend to use that anymore until I get it fixed anyway. I take the top one, if I can get it open without, there we go. I'm trying to keep the bottom one closed, but it opens very easily. So there we go. Ooh, you can see the rest of my washing hanging up. And my window. That's the window I was talking about. Right outside to my backyard. Yeah, so, alright. Now, I'm just going to take this colour down here in the bottom. This colour here. And I'm going to do my corners and up into my crease. Just on my brow bone. Yeah. Jack, leave those please. Your sister didn't take her invites for her birthday. Okay, so I'm just taking, this is another Nude by Nature brush that I got. I'm going to show you these in a haul video coming up because I've got a few more things and Jack's getting all my makeup. No! So it's just it's a fluffy blending brush. I'll have to go back and see exactly what they're all for. So I'm just getting that one. I haven't used this one yet, but just dabbing it in the colour. Getting a bit on there. And then I always start, leave that. He's getting all of my makeup. No. I've got my little mirror here, so I'm going to be using that. So I just take it in the corner here, and I just dab it a bit, and then I sweep it up into my crease. And it's pretty much just a windshield wiper, back and forth, back and forth. I just want to blend that in and just darken it and give it a nice little shadow. I don't want anything too heavy because I wear a lot of mascara and that's what I like to focus on with my eyes. So just very lightly, just really blending that right through and taking it up just a little bit right on there, as you can see. And then you can just sweep it across the bottom if you like, just to blend that in. So not too much, but it adds a little bit of a shadow. So I'm going to do the other eye and then I might put a little bit more on just to make it a bit darker. So pretty much the same thing on the other eye. In the corner there, just tapping it a bit in. So I just wipe my brush on my arm just to knock off any of that colour. Then I'm going to take this pink colour here. It looks kind of white, but it is actually a really pale pink. And I'm just going to put that on my lids. So on the inner corner, and just blending it into that darker shade colour. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this white sparkly colour here at the end and I'm going to put that right in the corners of my eye, in the inner corner. So just getting a bit on there. And then I'd just like to just tap it there, just sort of pushing it and pressing it in, just to lighten that inner corner. Same on the other side. I love using my Max Factor little shimmery powder that I've shown heaps of times for this, but I forgot to bring it out, so I'm just using this. So that'll do it. Easy. I don't do a lot when it comes to eyeshadow for myself, that is. Okay. Next thing, while I've got it open, I'm going to contour my nose a little bit. So in the bottom bit of the butt naked eyes, I'm just going to use the bronzer colour that's there. And I just want to contour down my nose just a little bit, just because I've been doing it every day just to keep practicing. I've got a coffee too, so this video is going to be so long for some people. They're going to be like, switching off. So I'm just going to take that same eyeshadow brush, I'm going to tap off any of that colour. I can do that with this one because obviously, honestly, they're not that pigmented. Like, there's a lot of sparkle in them that's coming off, which isn't really on the brush now. The brush is good in that way, I guess. So I'm just taking some of that bronzer colour, just tapping it on there. I like to, sometimes I just flick my brushes. And then I'm going to just sweep that down that side of my nose. So starting from there and down, I'm going to do the other side. Tapping any remaining colour off of the brush, and then I'm just going to buff that in. So you can sort of see there I've got this shape going on now. Did I tell you guys that I went to the doctor a couple of weeks ago? And she was asking me what I was doing for the weekend because it was, I don't know, the weekend. And I said to her I was going to get my eyes tested because I needed new glasses. And she looked at my eyes and she was just like, oh yeah, I can see that. I can see your eyes. We could do wonderful things with your eyes, like plastic surgery. And I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I just need to, I cock that one all the time. I need to cook that one to keep that one. That one needs to catch up a bit. So, but I thought, how bizarre for my local doctor to encourage me to have plastic surgery on my face. Like, I'm getting plastic surgery done. I've said that in another video. I will be getting it done. Getting multiple things done. But my face, I'm not changing. I'm not changing my face. I don't feel like I need to. I've got, I've been teased about my face so much, I've got really hooded eyes, people tease me about my nose, it flicks up, people, when I was at high school, people used to go, ooh, it's like a ski ramp, woo, and like, oh, yeah, I used to get teased a lot, but honestly, it's not something that I would change, like, I'm not going to change my face, but I just thought I'd share, because I thought it was funny. I'm going to do my blush now. I'm just going to use the MAC Peaches. I love this. Very pigmented. You don't need a lot. Taking this brush, which is a fusion brush. I'm not a huge fan of fusion brushes, but I got them in a kit when I first started my course. So I'm just taking this big fluffy brush. Just dabbing it in there. And just a little bit, and then buffing it into my cheek and down the apples. Same with the other side. Go. Then I'm going to get to my mascara. I'm using my Volume Million Lashes by L'Oreal in black. Love it, still love it. Just bought this one, it's a new one. I'm going to go and do my lashes. So yeah, we're back when they're done. I need my mirror. Okay, so that's my mascara done. I'm just going to take, well actually I'm going to let that dry a little bit, and I'm going to do my eyebrows. I'm going to take the Maybelline Master Shape by Eye Studio in blonde. So there it is there. And I just fill in my eyebrows just a little bit. I don't need to do them too much, so just darken them just a little bit, and I need to do my eyebrows, so I might do that. Well, not tonight, I got school tonight, but yeah. Oh, another thing that I wanted to talk about was I had a comment on my video, my first time video. So there we go, and then I'm just going to use the other side of the thing. It's got a little brush there, and I'm just going to brush them up. So I had a comment on my video when I was speaking about to my niece. Someone had said, sorry for your loss. My son is wrecking my CDs, he does that a lot. And I just wanted to clarify that we didn't lose her. I haven't spoken about this before. She's going to be a year old this weekend. It's been a year already, which is crazy. It's gone so quickly. So I'm going to talk about it now just quickly. What happened was my sister had gone into labour. I went with them because I wasn't there when my nephew was born. So I wanted to be there when my niece was born. My sister was there for when both my kids were born. Well, at the hospital. So unfortunately with Lily, that's her name, Liliana, she was born stillborn. And that was due to, I think they call it like muck in the belly, and what that basically is when the baby poos in the belly. But she had done it so much that it had gone into her lungs. It had just basically suffocated her. So from the time when my sister was pushing her out to when she was born, she had died. And then they spent 20 minutes on her, resuscitating her, and they resuscitated her. And I was watching this. This is something, every time I think about it, oh my God, seeing it, it was just such a horrendous thing to see. But she survived. They said that she wasn't going to survive, but unfortunately she has severe brain damage. So she's a year old, and I'm going to show a picture at the end of little Lily that was taken the other day, and she'll be a year old on the weekend. So we didn't lose her, but unfortunately she's left with brain damage, and it was actually the hospital's fault that happened, but I'm not even going to get into that. Okay, so moving on, but yeah, I just wanted to explain that. So I'm going to take my Maybelline Unstoppable eyeliner in black. I love this. I've had it for so long that it's all sort of wearing away. I don't like to wear too much eyeliner on warm days just because I like a fresher look. I'm just going to take this and I'm just going to put it on the bottom lash line, just blending it very lightly to the center of the eye. And the other side, just to give me that a bit more. And I waited because I wanted my lower lashes to dry so they wouldn't all stick together when I do this. Sometimes I just press it in the corners as well to make sure that's done. That's it. That's pretty much my makeup done. All I got to do is put on some lipstick, hey, and then I'm done. That's it. Takes so long because I'm blabbing so much. It's been 26 minutes already. Oh, stooge, mate, stooge. Taking so long. So I got some lipstick, but what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take my Estee Lauder in Cafe Rose, and I'm just going to line my lips. So just lightly, because this is a dark colour I find, on me anyway. So very lightly, just to outline. Down a bit. Now I always take the other end and then I smudge it out. Just blending it. I don't like there to be a harsh line. Like that. And then the top. So you can see it's blended out. Then I've just got a Maybelline Juicy Bubblegum 140, which is just a nice light pink colour. And then I just fill my bottom lip in because I feel that's enough. And that's it. That's me done, guys. So that's it. That's my face over the day. And thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.